We'll start light, and then we'll get into the mix of things. And as we continue to get into the mix of things, understand that I don't have the answer for why these things happen or how to prevent these things from happening, but we can have good, intelligent, and respectful conversations. So, without further ado, we're gonna get into the first video. Let me make sure I got my set. Let me make sure I got my settings right because I'll be messing up sometimes. Here we go.
911. Somebody call 911. Somebody call 911.
Now at 11, tourists terrorized. Shocking video you'll see only right here on 6 shows a couple visiting from Canada being robbed at gunpoint of their belongings and their vacation.
This heart-stopping holdup happening right in the middle of the day, as you see here. And the robbers, they are still out there on our streets tonight.
It happened here just off of busy Las Olas Boulevard and San Marco Drive. A witness recorded the scary moments.
Somebody call the cops. Call 911.
This is cell phone video of a couple being robbed in the middle of the day in Fort Lauderdale earlier this month.
Somebody call 911. Somebody call 911.
In the video, 2 men are wrestling on the ground with the victim in the pink shirt. The man wearing a black sweater is hitting the victim with a Glock. The victim's wife yelling, pleading for them to stop, even trying to hit them to fend them off.
What's going on?
They just robbed him.
They robbed him?
Yeah. Then the suspects dragged the victim by the arm, stealing his 1950s gold Rolex valued at $45,000. The robbers run off, jumping into a car waiting for them at a stop sign. According to a Fort Lauderdale police arrest form, the couple robbed was visiting from Canada. They were taking a leisurely walk around the boulevard, heading back to their hotel when they were randomly approached and held up at gunpoint.
Call 911. Somebody call 911.
Yo, you know what the wild thing about this is? How many times have you and I walked up and down that street?
Man, I can't even count, but the threat has always been there.
Yo, I'm gonna venture out to say that we could talk generically and say the threat has always been in everywhere, right? But specifically, I think these threats are because of what's going on with society, right? One thing that's universal is crime or poverty begets crime. So you got a lot of people that aren't making it these days. The price of everything is up and your pay is the same. Not to say that I justify this at all. We're never going to justify this, but I know why it's happening because crime, it has a direct correlation with poverty. Period.
I believe that, but I think these type of things have always been happening. You know who your snowbirds are. That's what we call them in South Florida.
Of course.
You know who your snowbirds are, and typically, if you're a snowbird, you got a little weight in your pockets, right? So they come down here, and they're just enjoying the weather because they come from Canada in this particular scenario. It's sunny South Florida. They come from Canada where it's snowing every day. They just walking around thinking life is all good. And then here comes somebody. And unfortunately for them, they got robbed out here on the beach. Now, we don't wish this on anybody. I think this is 100% wrong. But like I said, we've walked that strip so many times in that area. And the threat has always been there. The difference was we were young, strapping young men. We weren't the old fogies we are today, right? So these people were out there that, look, it was an older gentleman. He had on a $45,000 Rolex walking around.
Hold up, you're going to have to back up on that old fogey comment. You ain't just going to slide that off or right there and just be like old fogies like we are today. Well, damn.
We all fogies, man. Listen, the world is evolving, man, and we trying to keep up with it. Listen, things don't change. Listen, you get me off track. Anyway, this man was walking on the beach and he had a $45,000 Rolex on. Now, let's be honest. If I'm walking out here on this beach, I'm not wearing a $45,000 watch Rolex. I'm not going to do it.
Okay, no disrespect, but a lot of times, right? And I'm going to put myself in these situations. I try not to be there. We make a lot of comments from a place where we don't even go ahead and live. I don't have a $45,000 Rolex. Do you?
Yeah.
You do have one?
No. I was agreeing. I think we lost a little bit of connection, but no, I don't have.
Okay. So, if we don't have a $45,000 Rolex to even wear, how do we go ahead and understand that lifestyle? You're going on vacation. You're an old fogey. You're coming down from Canada. This is a tourist attraction. People tell you about the good things that happen. It's in broad daylight. I'm gonna be honest with you. Las Olas at night, I could see that always being a threat. But broad day, I never thought about that. Like I never thought about that where people are literally right there videotaping what's going on, and you could care less as to what's happening.